I don't know how many people know, but from 2021 to 2024, I taught a Nakshatra course. It was extensive. And you see, learning something in a live course is an altogether different experience because you got to sit with me. All the classes end to end is taught by me only. You can come into the class, you can ask questions, unlimited number of questions, right? Anything you ask, I directly answer. There is direct connection with students. This course of Nakshatras that I taught between 2021 to 2024, somewhere it was around 77 hours around. And then because, coming in live course is an altogether different experience, I have decided to teach the Nakshatra course again. This is because in astrology, nakshatras are very, very important, firstly. And secondarily, because as I have just told you, right, learning live is an altogether different experience. So this time I have decided that I will do mastering the nakshatras course of 30 classes. So because it is 30 classes, each class is around 2.5, 3 hours. So it will be around 70, 80 hours of course content. It have 30 classes. Classes will be done once a week, Sundays, 8 p.m. Indian time onwards. As you know, I generally teach. This course Mastering the Nakshatras, it is going to start from 14th of September 2025. And in this course, I am going to take each and every nakshatra, all the 28 nakshatras from Ashwini to Revati in detail. Each class will be 2.5, 3 hours, will be focused on nakshatras, where I will be teaching the details related to nakshatras and how to use them in predictions in detail. To cover 28 nakshatras, I will need 28 classes because each class is dedicated to a nakshatra completely. And there will be many more things. For that, I have also planned for 2 extra classes. Number sometimes, like my students already know that I always give extra. For example, the recent Devaradhan course that we have done, I was planning that I will do 4 classes, and those 4 classes like will be around like 20 hours or so. Sorry, the 4 classes will be 8 hours or so. But instead, I ended up teaching 5 classes. And the content is around 18 hours or so, which also includes a 500-page PDF, exclusive PDF that I do myself, right? As the students know, I know anything, even everything, even in the course is myself only from my own hands. I do it, right? So this Nakshatra course is coming. And everyone who is interested to learn Nakshatras in depth, because I teach everything in depth, true, should join the course. Regarding nakshatras, there are a few things which need to be understood. How are we supposed to deal with nakshatras? What is the purpose of nakshatras? What does the nakshatras do? This point is very important. See, there is a opinion. There is a classic opinion. Take planets as like nakshatras are homes. Planet is visiting that home, and that home have a lady, or that home have a person, which are the lord of the nakshatras. Now, as planet goes into that home, depending on the treatment that they get in the home, the planet gets a type of mood. And the result that is given by the planet is according to the mood. So when we talk of analyzing the result of a planet or what type of result a planet is causing, this mood of planet is very important, which is decided by nakshatras. Because of this, it is very, very important. Because you see, astrology, this is very generic to say this is good, this is bad, this is malefic, this is benefic, which should not be done. But that's the easier way to do it, right? Because if you don't do it, how will you like explain things in nutshell? Right? Every video, every class, every time, things cannot be told in detail, because then the topic will be never ending. But before making prediction, while making prediction, you just cannot simply say it is good or bad. You have to consider all the factors. And in considering all the factors, because nakshatras decide the mood of the planet, it is very, very important to be seen. In fact, nakshatras are known as nakshatra, something which is non-destructible. So instead, I will say that the result of nakshatras are non-destructible. In fact, like in astrology, the thing is that if the horoscope or a planet or two planet combination or dasha antardasha, if it is indicating a contradictory result, then you have to see which planet is powerful. The result of that planet will happen, which means the result of other planet will not happen. In case when both the planets are equally powerful, the result is mutually cancelled and no result happens. Right. So in astrology, sometimes this happens that the result is not happening at all. For example, there can be a Raj Yoga in horoscope. But because the planet is weak, Raj Yoga will not happen, right? The weakness of planet, the result does not happen. There is two planet combination. One is making Raja Yoga, one is making bad yoga. Raja Yoga planet is weak, bad yoga planet is powerful. So Raja Yoga is destroyed, bad yoga only prevails. Astrology, this keeps on happening, but with respect to nakshatras, this is not the case. Whatever comes from nakshatras is non-destructible. So if there is a Raj Yoga with respect to nakshatra, for example, Venus in Ashwini nakshatra makes a Raj Yoga, Moon in few nakshatras make a Raj Yoga, and all sort of things. So when you get a Raj Yoga with respect to nakshatras, this is non-destructible. So in fact, you can say that nakshatra analysis is a type of shortcut, because whatever analysis you are going to have, whatever conclusion you are going to have with respect to nakshatras, that will happen always. So for this reason also, this being the second reason, this reason also it is very important to study about the nakshatras, right? Because the result of the nakshatra is non-destructible. In fact, I will also take your focus to something. You see, like when we read a horoscope, there is predictions, right? Like we make a prediction that, okay, we know that, right? For this person, there have to be problem in marital life. Now the point is what type of problem is going to be there. So you explain the problem. Now, what is more important than explaining or understanding the problem is how the person is going to react to it. How the person is going to react to a problem. For example, you see there are some, fights in the relationship. Now, the point is that fights will be there. Okay, we understand. But will these fights be so ugly that it will lead to a divorce? Or the fights will only upset people so they will have a sad marital life with no divorce? Or the fight is just like sporting, right? They will fight, but they will not mind it. In the fight, cruel words, etc., will not be said, and everything will be fine. What differentiates this? Nakshatras differentiate this. Because nakshatra is, first of all, you see, because nakshatra is already the mood of the planet. So planet is indicating a result and say that result is fight. But if the mood of the planet is to separate, only then the fight leads to separation. Or if the mood of the planet is of sadness, misery, then only the fight makes you sad. If the planet is happy, then despite the fact that the planet or some other planet indicates a problem, it's not going to be problematic because planet is happy, right? So it's a sporting type of fight, sporting fight which siblings have, a sporting fight you generally have with people, right? There's no issues into that. Little bit of teasing, etc., goes in marriage as well. So here it becomes very important. And you see, this is also mental makeup of the person, right? Because nakshatras, because nakshatras, it is told that nakshatras are ruled by moon. In fact, it is told that all the nakshatras are the wives of the moon. But when you go deeper into Vedic astrology, you will know that sun is graha nakshatranam adhipati, right? Sun is the lord of the grahas and the nakshatras and the rashis and everything. So this point is not entirely true that moon rules the nakshatras, though sun also does the same. But you see, sometimes it is there, that one have a good job, one have a good life, but one is constantly sad, one is constantly bickering. Why so? Mood, mental makeup of the person. Sometimes just based on, just because of the small things, people leave job, just because of small things, people leave relationship, just because of small things, they, leave a marriage, go out of a marriage. All of these things, why it does happen? This happens because of nakshatras. There are many times when you see that the horoscope is professionally good, but the person is not happy from their profession. Why? Because their mental makeup. Their mental makeup is not like that. So what actually matters in prediction? You see the horoscope is good, you know that the person is lucky in their profession. In fact, they are getting more than what they deserve or what they are eligible for. But see, the person is sad and he is discussing with you regarding the sadness that they are having. So you have to understand it from their point of view to give them the right analysis, to give them the right advice, to give them the right remedy. And this you cannot do without nakshatras, right? I am telling you all the uses of the nakshatras that you can do, right? So for this reason, also nakshatras are important. In fact, I will also tell you one more thing from my experience. all those people, like, like with respect to remedies also, because we just talked about remedies, what happens with remedies is that, if there is some problem, etc., in your horoscope, you will have to do continuous remedy for that, right? If you are doing mantra for a planet, like mantra is somehow, it works on to two ways. Mantras, if you do the mantra, you do the puruscharan, that is fine. But apart from that, if you take normal astrological remedy, you will have to continuously keep on doing that. Gemstone, you will have to continuously wear. Remedies, you will have to continuously do. But this is not with respect to nakshatras. With respect to nakshatra remedies, and I am talking of the remedies that I will teach, right? So you cannot say that someone, something, this I have done, that I have done. That's not the point. But the remedies that I recommend, the remedies that I feel are the actual remedies, those remedies related to nakshatras, like if you do it for 1 year straight, then the result of the remedy is seen for next at least 5, 7, 10 years, that depending on what type of person it is. For tamasic person, 5 years; for rajasic person, 7 years; for sattvic person, 10 years. So what is another very important thing with respect to nakshatras is that once you do remedy from nakshatras, the result of the remedy is very long lasting. And like astrology, the primary dashas that are used, Vimshotri and all, that is based on nakshatras only. So in timing events as well, nakshatras are very, very important. In fact, in the nakshatra course, I taught a nakshatra based dasha, which students praise a lot. So this nakshatra based dasha is also going to be here. And many things related to nakshatras, because as you may already know, I don't teach what people have taught. I don't teach what is already there in the books. I have never done so. So in the course also, everything that I teach, see, there is a novelty into it. So the novelty is going to be in the course as well, and you will get to know about many such techniques which you cannot even imagine. And how I can say that you cannot even imagine with so much confidence, because I teach everything that is my own research, right? So that's why I can say these things with confidence, because I know what I do, and my students also know that. Like, if you can talk to a student, or students already know, right? So this is another very important thing with respect to nakshatras. And you see, like, there are this one more thing with related to nakshatras, like a speciality, like, like there is also many misconceptions related to nakshatras as well. For example, like some people think that, okay, every nakshatras have a result. It is not like that. Like, like when it comes to a house analysis, you have a question, and to answer that question, you have to find a suitable house and analyze the suitable planet, and you have to find a suitable planet and analyze the planet. For example, if there's a question related to marriage, you will analyze the seventh house, Venus, seventh lord, and all. So in this regard, all the planets and all the rashis become important. All the planets and all the houses, sorry, not the rashi. All the planets and all the houses become important. But with respect to rashi and nakshatras, it's not like that. Only those rashis occupied by planet and only those nakshatras occupied by planets are important. Others are not important. This is something that people generally miss. I believe there is also, like, so such fundamental understanding, because people lack such fundamental understandings. Owing to this, there are many mistakes and there are many problems with related to nakshatras and their understanding and their application, all of which I am going to make very straight in the course. If you are a new student who wants to join it, see, like, is my course suitable for beginners? Any course that you are joining, there is nothing that you need to already know apart from being able to read a basic horoscope, that okay, this is the ascendant, this planet is situated here, this planet is aspecting here, these two planets are conjoined. If you can identify that, you can join the course. Everything needed for the course is taught in course itself, right? So there is no worries into it. And if anything is not covered, then the class is live, you come and sit, and I am teaching end to end. So anything that you don't understand, you can just ask the question, and I will never go out of my way to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour even to answer the question of the student, right? So that's not a question at all. And most importantly, but any student who is joining my course, I will always say them one thing, that whatever you know before, just like don't remember it, like forget it. That anything that you are going to learn with me, you should have this approach that, okay, I don't know anything about it, and whatever I'm going to teach, you are going to take that only. If this is your approach only, then you are going to benefit 100% from the course. If you're already prejudiced, then my courses are not for you, absolutely, right? So this is how nakshatras are very important. And I believe that without learning the nakshatras properly, underlining the word properly, and highlight, comma, bold, italics, all, without understanding the nakshatras properly, The practice of astrology cannot be done properly, predictions cannot be made properly, and particularly you will not be able to satisfy the client because you will not know their mental makeup, you will not know what they want, and you will also know the best remedies that can be done. So anyone who's wanting to start with astrology, learn astrology because of any reason, according to me, should definitely join the course. Right. Thank you.